So should we talk about instincts? I had a couple calls recently with clients where the topic got around to following your instinct. And what was really interesting about one of them was the woman said, well, here's the situation. Here's what I think I'm going to do. Here's what I think my leaders want me to do. And then I shared a couple of things from my perspective. And she said, that's what I want to do. That's what my instinct told me to do. And I think sometimes we get into trouble actually by not following our instinct. A lot of times, your instinct, what you think you should do in that particular moment, is right. It's difficult sometimes, but it's right. Your instinct might say, well, I should really say something to that person. You're walking by someone at an attraction and, their shirt's untucked, or they're not providing great guest service, or any number of things, right? And your first initial instinct, your gut reaction is, I should do something about that. But maybe you don't. Or you have a situation where you're interacting with your boss and your boss says something that either you don't understand. Well, let's just go that way. Let's say your boss says something that you don't understand. And your instinct is to say, "Well, I don't get it. Tell me more. I need to find out more about what you're talking about so that I can deliver on the tasks that you're asking me to deliver on." But we don't ask. We're afraid. We might look stupid. We might say something that makes us feel inadequate. So I think one of the things that we should probably be doing more often is listening to our instinct. In All Clear, I call it the moral compass. The moral compass will guide you to the right path because so often it's that internal feeling that your body is telling you, your mind is telling you, go this direction, go to the right. But then when you start to question that and you start to think, well, what are other people going to think? How are other people going to react? How do I balance what I think I should do versus what I think other people think I should do? And that's where we get into trouble by not following our instincts. And you may say, well, Matt, how do I know if my instinct is telling me the right way to go? You got to follow it a couple times. You got to see, do you trust your instinct? We talk about trust all the time with other people. How do I know I can trust another person? Well, when they do things consistent with what they say and they do that on an ongoing basis. So you see somebody doing something that they said they were going to do, and they do that over and over and over again, you know you can trust that person. Well, it's the same thing with your instinct. If your instinct says go to the right and you go to the right and it was the correct way to go and it got you the right result, and that happens consistently, well, then you can trust your instinct. But here's the interesting thing about instinct. It's probably going to change over the years based on your experience, based on the things that you go through as a leader. Your instinct might change of what you think you should do. There might be a time when you were young and brash and coming up in the world and you said, well, I'm just going to approach this in an aggressive way. That's what my instinct says I should do. I should take the bull by the horns and run with it. But later on in your life, as you mature, as you get more experience, your instinct might say, you know what? I think I need to hold back a little bit. I'm going to pause. I'm going to wait. And then I'm going to address the situation. So, instincts, as much as they are things that guide us, and we need to figure out if we can trust it, could change over time. Does this make it more complicated? Absolutely. Absolutely. But if there's one word of encouragement that I would share with you as we draw this to a close, it's that your instincts are probably more honed than you think. Typically speaking, your instincts are going to push you in what you feel is the right direction. So if it's your gut telling you that, if it's that little voice in your head that's telling you, go to the right, try going to the right just to see what'll happen.